Please like, subscribe, and be sure to click that bell button for regular and exciting indie film content and your chance to be the first to engage with the Liftoff Global Network of Film Festivals as we embark on launching the careers of the filmmakers of tomorrow.
Okay, hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Today we're talking about the Toronto Liftoff Film Festival, and it is our first festival roundup for this festival. So how many times can you say festival in a sentence? Lots of times. So welcome to everyone who is joining us live. If you have any questions or have seen a film that you would like to share with us here today, put it in the chat room and I'll do my best to shout it out during the stream. So what these roundups are is that we take a look at the votes that have already come in for the films, and we take a look at the films that are in the lead by finding out a little bit more about who the director is and what the story is all about. So I'll move on to that in a minute, but there's just a few things I'd like to mention before we find out which films are currently in the lead from each of the pages. The Toronto Festival is running all the way until the 4th of July. And that's when the festival will be ending its audience round, and the films will then be migrating into the network round. From the audience round, there'll be a handful of films that will go over into the network round from the audience, and these are the films that we're mentioning in the streams today, the ones that are at the top of the leaderboards from the audience votes. But note that alongside the audience also watching these films, we have the Liftoff jury going through every single one of the films taking part in this festival, and they will also be moving films into the network round as well. So there are two ways that films can make it into the network round. After the network round, it is the winners. So we'll be announcing the winners mid-July. And there are 3 different prizes up for grabs for our festivals. The first one is live screenings in either Los Angeles or London or one of the other Liftoff Film Festivals next year. We also have the Audience Choice Award, which is where we get between 3 and 4 filmmakers on our YouTube channel in a director's style commentary, where we break down the films and we find out why these films were made in the first place, what the filmmakers are doing, what their aim is with the project, and just a nice general conversation. We have loads of those already on our YouTube channel, so if you have watched any of these in the past, you can find more of them there as well. I just noted there's a comment here from James Bradley saying the 4th of July, that is my birthday, and it is my birthday. So yeah, the festival closes on my birthday. And then the final prize is the Season Award nominations, and this is where we nominate a handful of films in 14 different categories that are up for grabs. And at the end of the festival, a handful of those films will be nominated. But at the end of the year, if you're not nominated during the festival run, there is an opportunity that you may be selected by one of the jury members when we go back over all of the films that have screened with us at the festival, and you may get a season award selection later on in the line. So although the festival closes mid-July, it doesn't mean that you're out of the full competition. And at Liftoff, we love it when the filmmakers continue their journey with us. So they're the prizes. So how do you vote? So I've got the voting trailer plugged in, ready to go, just to give you a recap on the best way to navigate our festival and the best way to leave your votes. Here it is. Our online festivals are designed to bring much needed new eyes to true indie film. They are a tried and tested method of providing a platform of diverse work to a large audience. The voting process is specifically created to engage people with the collection. Once you purchase the program, to watch the films you'll be sent a ticket email which contains your personal link to sign up to the festival, along with your voting code and link. Before the festival closes, head to the email again to cast your vote. Entering the code in the email will give you access to the form, which will then ask you to select your 2 favourite films and provide some feedback on the projects. Throughout the festival, we'll be running events on our YouTube channel, such as live festival updates, free workshops, and promotional filmmaker interviews. Filmmakers will also receive daily updates from the festival. Thank you for participating in the... So there we have it. That should explain everything about the best way to vote for your 2 favourite films. Remember, you have to vote for 2 for your votes to be counted in the first place. Let's find out which films are currently in the lead. So we're going to start with the Judges Select program. So I'm just going to get the posters up here. There we go. So we're going to start with the Judges Select shorts. So far in week 1 of the festival, we've had 213 playthroughs, 14 different countries tuning in. We've got 32 votes already submitted, and we have 49 members of the audience watching this program, which are fantastic numbers considering it has only been up and running for a week. So let's find out which films are currently in the lead. So first of all, we have Ameni, which is on 5 votes. 5 votes? 5 votes. And this is directed by Amir Hayham from Canada. And this is a student drama film. A nostalgic Amar, the son of a remarkable mother, experiences an inner conflict, challenged by validating his feelings towards his mother in a one-sided relationship. Amar is pursuing a moment of truth. So this film is currently on 5 votes, as is the next film, which is Tide, which is Recycling Hollywood North. And this is also on 5 votes. And this is directed by Chelsea DeVito, also a Canadian film, and it is a documentary short. So this follows the flashing lights, captivating sets and bewitching costumes in a world of cinema, all concealed a deep, darker environmental secret. One Toronto man tries to solve the issue of waste in the Ontario film industry and discovers an ecological effect of big budget productions. So if you are working in the film industry, this is definitely a documentary to find out how you can lower your carbon footprint and be more green when creating films. So highly recommend checking this film out. Moving on then to the trendsetters, we've had 320 playthroughs across the program so far, which is fantastic figures if you think about it. 15 countries are currently watching the program, and we've had 34 votes in and 69 members all watching this program at this moment in time. So the first film, which is also on 5 votes, is a film from Canada, and that is Sessions in Grief. And this is by Nika from Canada. It's an experimental short drama. It's amazing that we're getting so many films coming from Canada, considering this is our Toronto festival. When we look at the other festivals, there's a lot of UK and USA films that are mostly in the lead. So I'm really happy to see that Canada and films from Toronto itself are currently at the top of the leaderboard. So Sessions in Grief follows Ruthie in her journey's processing the grief of the life and self she has spent 22 years creating, only to let it all go to prioritize her happiness over that of others around her. So closely behind on 4 votes, we got Indigo, and this is a film from the UK, and this is by director Brad Whitford. And this has loads of themes within this short film, but it follows romance, teen, drama, and also mental health. So this is a film that follows Tom, a northern teen who thinks he struck gold when he meets Rosie. But soon his own insecurities and upbringing begin to make him question everyone around him, as well as his own sanity. So that is on 4 votes. And then we have The Void, which is directed by Thomas A. Wender, and this is a film from the USA. And it is a sci-fi drama experimental film. The Void is an experimental short film about the feeling of being lost in the vastness of the universe and learning to accept your place within it. All visuals are practical effects as well. So this is a fantastic film. If you're into sci-fi, I do recommend checking out this film. Then we're moving on to the New Voice program. Again, some amazing figures here considering this is our first roundup. So we've got 368 playthroughs, 8 countries watching around the world. We've currently got 30 votes in from our audience so far, so still a lot of votes to come in. And we've currently got over 50 people in those different countries watching this program. So the first film that we have is on 5 votes, and that is Chatarine, and this is by Victor Pelletier from Canada, and this is an experimental short film. Chatarine embodies a nostalgic implosion that navigates between the mourning, the abundance, the absurdity, and also the affection we have for those beings who cross our path. For Irene, it's her cat. So yeah, that is that film. It's on 5 votes, along with Ruby, which is also on 5 votes. And if you've been following the art festivals throughout the year, this film has consistently made it into the audience round, or if not, during these streams. And so far, Ruby is on 5 votes, so it's joint with the film just mentioned. And that is by director Gwendoline Laurent from France, and this is a short drama. Ruby wakes up in a place unknown to her. She hums a rhyme without realizing where she knows it. She can't remember where she learnt it, but the tune she hums reassures. The rhythm is also hummed by a stranger who Ruby will try to find. Her instinct tells her that she is the key to understanding where she is. Moving on then to the features and the final programme of the Toronto Festival. We've got some strong figures here as well, with 138 playthroughs, 9 countries currently tuning in. We've only had 8 votes in, which means that this page will jump around a lot in the next weeks to come. So currently we have 3 films that are tied in first place with 2 votes. But because we've only had 8 votes in so far, it means that everything can change. So the first film that we have is Bad Luck, and this is directed by Jean-Louis Huzon, also from France. And this is a feature drama shot in Argentina, Australia, Cambodia, Chile, Cuba, Hong Kong, Macau, Mexico, Sri Lanka, and also the United States. So this is a real traveling film. And the logline is, "A trip around the world could be anyone's dream, right? Except when one is a fugitive in the midst of an existential crisis, like me. A schizophrenic Hollywood screenwriter who has seen too many movies is searching for murder." So that is Bad Luck. We also have Resilience, which is on 2 votes, and this is from a Canadian filmmaker, Elisa Kuzmova. Human, touching, and real. This medium-length docu-fiction is based on the real-life stories of 15 youth who have faced adversity in child welfare systems since their early childhood, or who are involved in the Young Offenders Act. Our 7 protagonists, aged 14 to 17, of diverse culture backgrounds, living in different neighbourhoods around Montreal. The final film that we have, that is also on 2 votes, is Silenced as Mercury Rises, which is on 2 votes. And this is also from a Canadian feature filmmaker this is a documentary, and that is directed by Carl Thibault. And we do not have a synopsis for this film, but the poster is visually quite stunning. So definitely go and check out all of these films that are mentioned here today, and join us next Monday, where we'll be joined by Liberty, who's just joined the team, but she'll be joining us on our next YouTube stream. And she's staring at me like right now being like, no, but she's joining us on our next stream. And it'll be very interesting to see where the films are, if we're re-announcing some of the films that have been mentioned in today's stream, or if there are some newcomers that we'll be announcing. Until then, have the most amazing time watching lots of these films across the Toronto programme, and we enjoy having you back here next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.